So enjoy that. I was getting the first time I played it through, I was getting really weird visual bugs. Like this game doesn't really didn't really run on my computer, but they did seem to fix it a bit when I was testing. There were no visual bugs, but I also wasn't running OBS, so you know. Also, it could just be that I've turned it down really quiet, which I definitely did while because I was. What's happened is I've turned it down really quiet because I was playing. I think I was playing videos as well in the background and just testing it. So hang on. Oh no, no. Oh, it's just really quiet. Okay, this is. I don't know what's happened actually. I've turned it up very high now. And it's still this quiet. Is that good? There's a Twitch streamer. Well, there's Twitch integration, but I don't know how to do it because I'm old. Alright. Everyone. What cop are we? Are we the thinker cop? Are we the sensitive cop? Are we the physical cop? Or alternatively, we can be a new cop. How do you rate me on a scale of however many numbers we have? Where should my numbers be? We can sadly not be a tall anime girl in this game. We can't go 1-1-1-1. We got all these points. They've got to go somewhere. We got 8 points to spend. Am I just smart and bad at everything? I think it goes up to 6. Wow, I'm a genius, but also terrible. We can do this. We can just be a big nerd. We gotta use all the points. It'd be 3-3-3-3 if we were doing them all the same. And that would be the most boring cop. We could. Hang on. These are the things that'll happen. Can y'all see this fine? So if we intellect is our logic, encyclopedia, rhetoric, drama, conceptualization, and visual calculus. If there's any of these that you're particularly interested in, we could read about them. Wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. And it gives you lots of information about them. This text is very small, I'm sorry. I think I had it bigger earlier. I can, while we're deciding on that, I'll go back and see if I can make the text bigger. It's fine. We'll just have the big text. Maybe the text size only kicks in later. It's possible. Why are we hanging on? What are we doing? we gotta be. We're 6-2-2-2. So we're very smart. We don't connect to people well. This is. I think volition is just like health, but for your brain. So we don't have a lot of health for body or brain. Inland Empire is my favorite stat. It's just your imagination. It doesn't ever help with anything. But we're very good at rhetoric. We have to pick one signature stat, and it can be in anything. It doesn't need to be in a logic one, but in an intellect one. But we can do that. Shivers! Shivers is a really good one. Good pick. Does Legis have any, Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the sea. Does Legis have any, By the way, these stats will talk to us, so depending on what we pick here, different voices in our head will be talking to us for the rest of the game. Shivers is a pretty good one. Nah, we're doing this then, I think. We're doing Shivers. Unless we don't want to be just a brainy bot. Just giving everyone one last chance to not be. I don't think any of them is a beautiful lady's voice. You got a one-track mind, Amar. Hang on. What should we call this? Something of a stream title. I think I've accidentally just changed it back to advanced card science. Should probably begin. This is getting a bit loud now, actually. You can go to 80%. We'll see. When the voices start, I might suddenly change it down. Sample stream, please ignore. Jeez.
There's nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Good news, everyone. Thank you, Nightbot.
Ever. Never, ever.
So a lot of this is going to be picking options. If they're difficult options, then I might ask about it. There isn't a particularly difficult choice.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Not a lot to do. Simply keep on non-existent.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Scam arms. P2! You missed Cry of Fear, but you got it just in time for Disco Elysium if this works. Does anyone have any... Do we really want to know about the X something? It seems easier to not think about it. By the way, if you want to... Oh, P2! We do have great news.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Don't worry, P2. Amar's figured it out. We just gonna ignore the world? I mean, what if we like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me? Is this not... We just... Yeah, I think you're right, Lucius.
Alright. Nothing down to fuck all, borough.
Wow! Your return trip to the silence, please.
You want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir?
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
Oh no. By the way, P2, we were talking about you doing a potential P2, I mean Eek, obviously, Pokemon Nuzlocke in chat. That's also possible. You can also emulate that, just while we're on the subject.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
Oh
It
no!
wants to walk the desert. Hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Cry of Fear is free on Steam, by the way. Dang. Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help someone, cut my head off, it's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canadian motor carriage.
This is the most disco game you'll ever see. Disco's a state of being, it's not necessarily an act, a performance. So this is us. We've got a headache. And around us, there's some... We've made kind of a mess. Magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red, it's empty. We should probably make him put on trousers. Ooh, don't know why that. We've received trousers.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
The voice from the beginning, that part, that was always voiced. Some of the other bits, in fact, I think just about everything, not quite everything, but most things, is voiced now. We can turn the other voices off if we want.
The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Some of them aren't that good. This guy, I think he's got a great voice, but he doesn't always. He sometimes gets the intonation wrong. Sometimes it's like, you should maybe have done another take there. We've received a disco ass blazer. Now.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
I've been meaning to ask you about the test for ages. Cool disco Elysium fact. If you turn the light on, you fucking die of a hangover. Of turning the light on when you have a horrible hangover. A lot of players die like a minute into the game from turning the light on in their room. Should we try and grab it? We don't have a great chance of succeeding. Do we want this tie? Dang, 8 seconds to go. Everything just as planned.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad.
We should not
Feels
try
like
to grab
sharp
the tie.
stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying.
We're quite fragile right now. We should try and avoid doing anything difficult. Exactly. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. We do have a shirt, though, which is hanging from the shower curtain rack. We also have a mirror.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things.
You don't emphasize the bits with stars around him as much. And also, Elon should really get a... It bothers me slightly. Some of the other ones bother me more. Dying from turning on the light is amazing. It's just
Probably
perfect.
not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
We drank so much. We completely erased our own memory, by the way. Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Should we...
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Dang. Maybe we should touch it first to make sure there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sorry, touch your nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
You gotta emphasize the one they absorbed. It's got stars around it. At least my tongue's okay. Touch your tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm scared. I want to stop doing this.
Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
We're gonna wipe the mirror. Everyone brace yourself.
Behold.
The jump scare when you look at your own face in the mirror is also extremely powerful.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Who is this? Who is this chat? Is this a superstar? Is this an alcoholic? Or can we just not figure it out? I don't think it's a superstar. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it. The face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay, trying to stop.
Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
What are we trying to do here? Genuinely, give me some input. Is this superstardom? God, I don't know. It's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There's some charm to it. Or is it? It's an expression of pain.
You are correct.
You are correct. Good job, Legius. Do we dig deep into your mind to look at the source of the expression?
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the
Electrochemistry is a
times,
stat.
calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
So it's also a voice in your head that could talk to you if it gets high enough.
For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million.
It says in the game at some point, if it doesn't rhyme, you're saying it wrong. So I'm quite happy to have that clarified for me.
If it doesn't rhyme,
Yeah, there you go.
you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click. Oh, anything else? Like, who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? Let's do 2 and then I think we'll get chance for 4 anyway.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
Anything else? Who am I? Why did I drink
You
myself
have
into
some
oblivion?
understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice cinema.
Why are we pulling the expression?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
This sounds worrying. How long ago was the new?
Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Dang. Guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
It would be very difficult to stop making the impression, but we've got to the expression, but we have to try. We could roll a double 6.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
We cannot stop doing the grin. It's impossible. Well, this is a white check, so if we boost electrochemistry, we can try it again. There's a red check. Yeah, red check. If you fail, it's failed. The door doesn't go anywhere. Reel-to-reel tape player still on, rolling empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. There's a shoe here. That'll help. And I believe we can look at the window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
We're going to use our massive brain skills to assess the damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
The smart boy stats have a lot of like actual cop skills. You do also get encyclopedia, which is pretty fun. It just tells you random stuff. Sometimes it goes on to be like in-jokes that last for the rest of the game. Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I
Something
doing?
you've done before.
Assess the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Yeah, Legis just has a very high encyclopedia skill.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
I don't need it. I don't need anyone.
The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly.
We might pick up the shoe on the way out. Oh, also, we can go our thought cabinet, and we can think about Guillaume Le Million. Beans that up. So, throughout the game, you gain thoughts. You collect thoughts. You can then internalize the thoughts, which have normally a debuff on your stats. And then when you finish thinking about it, which would take 4 hours and 30 minutes of game time, then it'll change to something else and it'll do something else. So we're gonna have a think. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Million, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slandering new lines of some starlet? Don't know French. Boy D knew 20 years ago. Spare a thought for his great ass too. Oh wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. And you have to use the skill points you get from leveling up to gain new thoughts for new slots for thoughts, or to get rid of old thoughts. But hey. Time passes differently in the game. It's 4 hours of game time. There is a person here.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Is Amar still around?
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly. Officer could be an artistic statement, a claim to official renown.
Officer's my stage name, right? I can see myself as a middling disco artist called The Officer.
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Dang. Are you sure? We don't seem like a police officer.
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
She takes another drag.
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
We said all this time, by the way. And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
What should we say here? Has anyone got any opinions? I don't like the red check. It looks bad. I think Amal's not here, so I think we can skip it. I kind of want to ask 3. Oh no. P2. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically.
The words have already left your mouth.
I want to have fuck with you.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again.
Thanks, chat. I don't want to.
Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time.
I said I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
What kind of cop are we? We don't want to be the sorry cop. I'm not sure I'm a cop at all. I should have remembered being one. I think I might have lied.
Okay, sir. I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? You drank so much you lost your memory?
I don't want to be sorry, Cop. We'll apologize later to someone. We can't do... We got a lot of choices here, too. Are we a joke of a cop who joked about being one and drank too much and is also old? Dang. Is there a massive otherworldly mystery afoot we can distract ourselves with? Oh, someone did me over. I mean, I think it's between 1 and 2. 2? No, there's a massive otherworldly mystery afoot here, and I'm at the center of it.
In that case, I think I might have a premonition for you.
The silence is foreboding as she extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Dang. So, the way the checks work in this, if you
And
fail
for the
a check...
record, no, I didn't do it.
If you fail a check, the game just keeps going. You just didn't do that right. But you don't always, like, say it like you've done it wrong either. Like, sometimes your guy just doesn't realize it was bad. I didn't remember my other shoe the first time I played the game. We can be sorry cop next time. You weren't quick enough. I hate sorry cop. Sorry cop. Oh, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't want to be sorry cop. It's just too depressing. I prefer him being crazy to just being sad. Ooh. Hang on. He had a thought over here. You gotta watch for these little orbs appearing. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Wasn't a great thought. A gust of briny wind washes over you. We have 2 shoes.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Copiously green. Indiscriminately snakeskin.
Like 2 baby crocodiles.
These do not look like normal cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
Fair? How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
What are you busting? Filling my dang chat with faces. Calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. These are always worth looking at, but you know. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper, Trompe Le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Alright, see. We're gonna meet our buddy soon. If anyone has any suggestions for what the cops should do at any time, by the way. What this strange guy, this horrible boy, should be doing. Big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. This is where the lyrics would be. Hang on, I'm just checking if we... Dang, we might not have the right stats for him to get obsessed with doing karaoke.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
We could be a down on our luck superstar person. That could be what we are. This goes well with the theory I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
That sounds good. This guy knows what he's talking about. What should I sing when it comes to it?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation sounds good. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with that.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one.
Yeah! Legis is like, he's got really high encyclopedia. I've only, all my points are in Inland
You
Empire.
have to find something tragic
IRL.
to sing first, though.
We need to find a song to sing for karaoke. And we need to sing karaoke, guys. We need to do that. This feels right. You belong here. We could talk to this gentleman.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
You're the bartender.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
She just what?
So now you recall. Oh, forget it.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
That's the Great Skua, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks to the doors, where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No one wants to talk to us until... I thought you were already lurking as you went to make breakfast. No one's going to talk to us until we talk to our friend. Now, everyone. Kim is my boy. We will do nothing to hurt Kim. We love Kim. We stand Kim here. He's the only good cop.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi,
His grip is firm.
Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
I tried to slip that in there, but it didn't work.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Dang. We're going to have to make one up.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
If you, I can't remember the name he makes up if you fail that check, but he starts his first name's Raphael. He's slightly worried that everyone will think it's pretentious. But he decides actually, no, it's a really cool name. He gives his middle name as well, does Raphael. And you can just roll with it for the whole game. Kind of wanted to fail that one. It is not time yet. It's not yet time.
Okay, then.
Our name is deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. Remember that. He processes the information, then disregards
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Not toward the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him. Or does he think with the right... I have no idea what happens if you succeed that check. I've never succeeded that check. I only click let check on my test run for when I was seeing if the thing worked. That was when I became Raphael as well, actually. But I've heard that you can just keep that in-joke rolling for the whole game. A lot of the stuff you can say just gives you an in-joke that never ends until like the very end. Like someone will bring it up in the final scene. We just talked.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware that I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
Why interviews? He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience.
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
We haven't. Sorry, Kim.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Said it won't, you know.
Have you
needed.
removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, you know, yeah?
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Completely?
Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Dang. I'm sorry, Kim.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How are you so sure we're from the police? We do not seem like a cop.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Ah, you mean the Rat Squad?
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean? Points to his sleeve.
Yes,
But they're just white rectangles.
they're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West.
P2. You look like this. This is you. This is what we're working with here. You gotta remember that.
I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check your pockets.
You mean you don't have a badge?
It's so hard to not click to. Ah, I have my badge. I'm a policeman and I have my badge.
Oh, if you didn't
Fine.
have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse.
There was supposed to be a moment of silence there.
If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern.
He's pretty fixated on this dead body. We should, well, we'll go talk to the man.
Officer.
And then we'll see about the dead body. The man
with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
The lieutenant.
You run this place.
The lieutenant glances into his little notebook. You run this place?
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. This is a hard choice. Is our name the Harbinger of Ruin? It's what's golden orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor.
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What's golden orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
By the way, our objectives that keep updating when like something happens in the case. Doing karaoke is in exactly the same place on the objectives screen as find out who made the call reporting the crime. Don't worry about that.
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right then, questions. I got this.
His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Rhetoric with some information here. I've never had enough rhetoric to be making medium successes here before. So what are we asking? We're asking where the body is, and then ask if he killed him. Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
He pointed to the kitchen behind him. And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Thank you, Encyclopedia. Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Rarik's on us something. Before you said they hoisted him on a tree, what did you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
He was surprised we caught that. Who exactly is saying that?
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
What do we think? Did he kill him? We should probably ask him just because I don't like him.
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Dang. If you have high physical instrument, you can probably press him on that. I have another question.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Why did Sylvie go away?
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
No, before I asked you where, now I'm asking you why she left.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
The lieutenant says. He opens his little notebook at the cover. The number's safely tucked away in a small pocket. Mystery solved!
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
Okay, this stuff gets on my nerves. I'm a feminist. I guess I like to be thorough. Everything has something to do with everything, which I quite like. I don't know, I just went for it. Oh, you're right. I probably shouldn't have asked. the Jack gently response. Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
That's all.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Do we try it? We don't have a lot of chance of being able to slip away from this man unnoticed. What do you think? We owe him money. We could play dumb and ask him what money is. Double six, here we go.
One moment you're running like the wind. Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
We failed. Why did I do this? Why did I have to use... Why did I have use both my hands to flip him off? Why both?
Watch out!
Everything goes dark.
Legis, have you killed us? We may have just died. Flipping off this man.
Back so soon.
This did not need to happen. I gave no such commands to my body.
Those are mysteries of the spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy
This is a hard one. Because these are both good. Wow, there's more of you hidden? I'm so cool. I don't know. That just comes off as a lazy effort at reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk. What do you reckon? Oh, it's a tough one. P2, you can't make a decision. Everyone else has abstained. Okay, it comes off as a lazy effort of reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drone.
If it comes off like that, it's because it is. And you are.
We were probably going to get burned either way.
I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
I sure as hell haven't felt no love.
That is too bad. We all need a little love. Are you okay?
Talking to Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
We did run into her and she is in a wheelchair. We should probably ask if she's okay. No. Are you okay?
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
The man seemed shaken by the incident.
The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
It's only $100 now.
He's shaking.
I don't think we can
Heart
run
him
now.
out and he'll cave in.
Oh. I won't pay for that window. Grab your side.
Okay, fine. I'll take it off your bill.
Wait!
Sleep in a post-apocalyptic hellhole if you want to. Just know I won't give you another room.
Cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 60 real for 3 nights stay. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there.
Well, that's good. We're half price. We got half off. We only half died as well. We are now on half health, by the way. If we do something else and we get hurt doing it, we will die. He points upstairs towards your room.
For God's sake, watch out for yourself.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank.
It's possible
And this
we'll die.
place sure isn't it.
Do we have a home?
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Why did we have to use both hands to flip him off? I asked and it didn't tell me. Far away?
In time or space?
We had to flip him off? I don't know. Both?
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I'll live in a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. Hoboken. Are we gonna try and trace our way back home? Or are we gonna... I mean, Hobocop's had to. Are we going Hobocop straight away? At the first possible provocation. I'm being drawn to Hobocop.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
We're gonna think about being Hobocop. This will give us -1 composure, so we'll be down to 1 composure. A cop and a hobo. A hobo cop. Upsides, can be dishevelled, doesn't have to wash, carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobocop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again here. You're drunk. Why did you come here, Harry? Go home. You're embarrassing yourself. Downsides? Are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Hobocop. What a good idea. We can talk to the cryptozoologist's wife.
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie? Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Who's sweeter?
Why, you are, officer.
I am not sweetie, look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
That dimple has only brought me suffering.
Love can be cruel, sweetie. You must forgive me.
Sorry.
I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She said love can be cruel a second time after her expression turned serious.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
We can't rob the woman, we just ran into a wheelchair. Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Is there an option for that? How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
Dang.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know. But there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
We could apologize and be sorry, Cup, but I don't want to be sorry, Cup. We could beg the old woman for money, but I don't. Is that what robbed the woman meant? What are you thinking, Eek? We'll come back to that.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Okay. We're gonna beg the woman for money.
Hello again, sweetie.
I can't. We're not actually because I can't scroll down. Hang on. Is it 5?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
Should we try the red check? We don't have a very high chance. We have one suggestion. Because we're thinking about being Hobocop. We can still back out. We can ask what a paycheck is. Just every time we've got to do it. Tug on our heartstrings.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone. But I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31. Dinghy races.
This'll help me out, Lena, thank you.
You're quite welcome, dear.
We can apologize for crashing into her now, I guess. I'll explain that we don't understand anything. I meant did I say bas relief? Whoops. I want to say this because, we'll see. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Oh, he said bas relief. This guy Bas relief.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
The dude, the narrator has a really nice voice, but like some of these needed a second take. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
It could be hell, but it's in Revachol.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
What did he say for Sigil and Cobra? Sigil?
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
I think the thing upstairs said it was the spring of 51, the calendar we passed.
That's right, dear. How splendid.
We've robbed the old woman
Here,
again.
take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
We now have a pen as well.
I
As well
can
as the
tell
pen.
that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Alright, Legius. 1, some kind of democracy, maybe. 2, I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. 3, our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. 4, we are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Okay, we got 5, radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. And 6, cop. We are living under the cop regime. 6 is partially cut off and I can't scroll down. Okay, now there we go. Oh, we got conflict. He got in there first. We're living under the cop regime. Cop's the king. We're the king.
Actually, we are not.
Hmm.
You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try one more time, officer. What mode of
It's
government?
gotta be 5 then, isn't it? Radios are being used to control people's minds, distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women.
Oh, no. Nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
Don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
There's no government. How come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any
Probably.
cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Dang. So, how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs, and while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Should we ask about the revolution, or should we move on? We have been talking to this old lady for a while. I don't know if it'd lead into... Ooh, also, Nightbot, thank you. That's true. Would not do better. 3. Let's move on.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
You seem to be in a chair. Lucius has decided.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
A grenade. Did you find the one?
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty.
I feel like I was in a war. It's pretty good.
Oh my. What happened?
I think I lost.
That's how I feel about the accident. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding.
You don't have to. You can choose to not say the thing he's thinking. And depending on what stats you have, like, the blue stats tend to be, like, things that are actually helpful for the case. They tend to be pretty good at working out when people are lying and stuff. Like drama and rhetoric. But if you've picked different stats, like if you just got really high Inland Empire, it just comes up with random nonsense. About like how they could have used magic to do the crime or whatever. And you can just say it. There's always the option to just say it. And the game runs with it.
I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
Are we sorry cop or are we normal cop? Keeping in mind I don't want to be sorry cop. I never want to apologize to anyone. To avoid being sorry cop. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on.
No problem.
Got in there before P2. Thank you, Lucius. Okay, we've spent, like, a while in this building now. There is one other thing we can do. Oh. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Hey, free headache medicine.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
We could try to wake him up. Do you want to try and wake him up? I mean, we did just rob him. He's not hurting anyone. A ball of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid spilling out. If your electrochemistry is high, it'll try and lick the rum off the table. Okay. I mean, that were a red check, though. I'll go back and do it. I mean, we'll do it next time we're passing through. The loading screen will. Should we go see about that body thing everyone's talking about? That's still going on. Unless you... Sometimes if the white checks, it just nothing happens when you fail. Yeah, we probably should attempt them all. You're right. The fail was good, wasn't it? Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. There is dark bits in this game. Also, there is a child throwing rocks at the body. Should we, like... Also...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Let's get an exact count.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Well, which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, huh?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
The kid is still going.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes' movements. There are 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
We're not gonna lie to Kim. Kim's our boy. The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41
A
shoe.
woman? Or a kid?
Don't think there's anywhere to be sure.
Understood.
We're not lying
Anything
to Kim.
else?
Except when we told him we'd found our badge, and it was we knew everything was going on. Heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
Lieutenant marked something down in his notebook.
But why?
You're thinking, why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Not possible. So you were operating on the assumption that he was a giant, or a... Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching.
You have a point there. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see?
An aberration, one soul smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be
Giant
a
and a
driver.
drummer.
A driver
Remember
would
that.
wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south toward the traffic jam
The
instead.
kid's still
The
going.
machines are silent. The engines are all turned
I
off.
wanted everyone to get a gauge on the Kuno situation before I
We should keep our eyes
jumped
open
in.
around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Prudent.
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller.
The kid's
who
still
reported
going.
the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashon. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
We've been through all of it. We're actually quite good at cop stuff because Legis and Amar decided I was very smart but bad at everything. That was everyone's read on me as a person. Let's go talk to this child.
Kuno's got this.
To change his voice, he used to be way more annoying. The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was
This
such
boy
a
might
thing
be
as
white.
an ugly
Sorry.
kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Wow. This boy might be why the game is banned in Australia.
Oh yeah, Napa Gumpy Kuno.
Hey, kid, a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
This game is banned in Australia. Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene. Also, stop using slurs at my crime scene.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Juicy what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
He wipes the sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Can't help. What should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
I'm scared of these children. Do we still want to pursue this line of questioning? Kim is also scared of these children. This is actually why it's banned. It's Kuno. It's ruined everything. This garbage gremlin child. Are you kids siblings?
The fuck are you talking about?
He throws another rock.
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
We're not making a lot of progress here. We're kind of... 3. Kid, you want to hang out? I'm not a narc.
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
He doesn't like entrapment. Do we have questions, or should we just leave him to it? I think we may have failed to stop the chat. Look, I have questions for you.
Alright. Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
What do you know about the body, Kuno?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally choking.
Kim, help. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Do you know who it was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
So you don't know anything?
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone.
We're trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. Do you know how it got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happening?
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here either. So where was he?
You didn't really leave the city. Where were you?
Told you, pig bacon. Kuno doesn't do regional. Kuno's been to places you wouldn't dream of. Fucking Mesk. Or, I dunno, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
That's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't exist.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
There's no kick option. Should we stop asking him questions? We could ask him who Kuno is.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
That's a cyberpunk. Who's Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
He too wants to keep talking to this horrible child forever. Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation. Sure, why not? Let's just talk to the kid all day.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's going to put his hands on you.
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
This is not going well. This might be a good time to leave. What do you think? You seem to want to talk to Kuno more than I want to talk to Kuno. Are we gonna nope out? 2. Just answer the questions.
Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in air, Kuno! Somebody, please!
It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Martinez.
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Shall we appeal to his reason? If we try the red test, we might be killed by a child.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end bad.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear.
Cop suffers final heart attack.
Suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
That's the end of Disco Elysium for now. We tried to punch a child, fell over and died. We'll come back to that. Everyone seemed to like it. It will have auto-saved. Some point close. Do we have React content? What would... Oh, Legis, you posted a thing earlier and I didn't click it. Dang, I think it's gone now. If you got React content, I'll hear it. Okay. It's popped up in the furthest possible tab, hasn't it? What is this? Okay, so we don't have any React content. That's tragic. So that's the end. It's getting a little late for me now. I think that's going to be the end of the stream. Is what Mahjong? Is that the Mahjong anime? I've heard of the Mahjong anime. Alright, fuck it. This is probably a thing that copyright won't like, but it is already here. Watching fucking Mahjong anime. Should we? We could do this off stream quick. Just in case I get zapped. Before I go to bed. We could just watch this and do a Discord chat or something. Can't believe you were holding on to such a good game. I've been playing Gex on stream instead. Disco Elysium, definitely my favorite recent game. Yeah, well, if you're available, we'll do this on Discord. I just don't want to get, because I normally upload these to YouTube, and I mean this is on YouTube, but it's probably gonna get. It has been here for 4 years. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that. All right, men in the stream. Thank you for being here.